Okay, number 15, we're still factoring. I check for GCF. No, it's not 4 terms, so I don't group. It's not 3 terms, so I don't try bottoms up. It's difference. Perfect square. This is a perfect square. I want to see if I can rewrite this as perfect squares. Or let me just try a rewrite step since this one looks different. For it to be difference of perfect squares, it has to be able to be something squared. Well, 256 is going to be 16 squared is 256, and 2x squared is going to be x to the fourth. So when that works out, that's going to be, this works. This is difference of perfect squares. So since I can rewrite it like that, my a is going to be this x squared, and my b is going to be 16. Now I need to do a plus b, my formula for different squares, a minus b. That's going to be x squared plus 16 and x squared minus 16. So sometimes if you don't recognize it right off, you may want to try this step where you rewrite it so you can see it. And similarly, in number 16, I'm going to try to do the same thing. It's cube. Since I see a cube here in difference, I want to see if I can rewrite all this as a cube. Well, to be able to do that, that means my outside exponent has to be a cube. Okay? Well, x to the first power works. That still gives me x cubed. And then x squared, because remember, power to a power you multiply. So since this can be rewritten as difference of perfect cubes, this works for our formula. And we want to use our difference of perfect cubes formula, which says um, a minus b, a squared plus oops, ab plus b squared. Okay, so now we have to come back up here and name our a. Our a is going to be x to the first power, which is just x, and our b is going to be y squared. Now we're going to substitute our a and b back into our original formula. So it's going to be x minus y squared, x squared plus xy squared. Now y squared is going to be y to the fourth power. Okay? Next, we want to move to number 17. There's no GCF. I see cubes, and 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, so this is a perfect cube. It's sum. I need to name my A. My A is what's cubed in both of these. An A is and a B is. And my B is what's cubed to equal 125. So I've named my A, I've named my B. I need to write my formula, which is sum of perfect cubes. It's going to be this formula, which, like I said, you have to memorize this, so practice. Write it every time. Now I want to substitute my A and B in, so it's going to be AB plus 5, A squared, B squared, you have to square both of them, minus 5, AB plus 25. Alright, and then our last problem is going to be, it's a cube, okay, difference. Now this fraction, this 27, one can be cubed and 27 can be cubed, so just because it's a fraction, don't let it throw you off. This is still difference of perfect cubes, so I'm going to use my difference formula, which is going to be right above this one. We use it number 16, a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. Alright, I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to say my a is an n, and my b is 1/3. Okay, now I want to substitute those values in, so I'm going to have n minus 1/3, n squared plus 1/3 n, Okay, 1 squared is 1 and 3 squared is 9. Okay, that 1/9, if that was hard for you, see I took 1/3 and I squared it. 1 squared is 1, 3 squared is 9, so that's where that came from, if you needed to see that. Okay, and the last page is just kind of a reminder for you. It's like the steps we go through when we're thinking. When we see a problem that just says factor, because later on all these will be scrambled up, all these types of factor problems. Here's what I usually do. I usually take always, always, always look for GCF first. No matter what, if you fail to take that out, it messes up the rest of the problem. So check for GCF. Next, if it's 4 terms and no GCF comes out, we try to rearrange and we try to group that and factor by grouping. And then the third step, if it's a trinomial, which means 3 terms, we try our bottoms up method and don't forget to reduce. Okay? And then if not, today we learned about our special products, these difference of perfect squares, sum of cubes, and difference of cubes. Now these right here have formulas that you're going to have to memorize. So before you take this next test, make sure you memorize those formulas. And I suggest that while you're doing the homeworks for them, you try not to look back so you can get practice on memorizing your formulas. Um, that you try not to look back at them after you practice that many times. Okay, that should be it. And with section 5.6, which is most of the methods that we're going to be talking about for factoring.